I think it worked. So it doesn't feel right. You came as a very tall, transparent white, like glass energy. You look crystalline structure, but you got the greenish kind of sparkles around you. It's almost like sparkles, like little snowflakes or something around your energy body. Oh, you say it's for protection. Because they go all the way around you, almost looks like an aura, but composed of greenish snowflakes, light green. I straight away see like Draco behind you, very tall, very dark kind of skin, almost like dark green going into black. And it looks kind of like a dinosaur, like a T-Rex type creature. Wait, on the back he has wings. He doesn't use the wings, but he has them. They're like a rudimentary kind of form, like a little, pretty little, not baby, but medium. Well, we're going. So he's connected to you by the ankle on your leg. Trying to see the left leg, and he's pulling you somewhere. But it's like a planet. It's metallized. It's got metallic buildings all over. Peak like a Gothic style buildings. It was sharp ends, and I see like a lab. It's almost like a factory of making cyborgs. I see like a table, so it's like a conveyor's belt with limb, like literally limbs coming out. I think they're being printed out or something, because nobody puts them together. It's just like a huge machine they come out of, like legs and arms, and I don't see heads or anything, but mostly legs and arms. I feel like there's an artificial lab over there to the right. I mean artificial. They're making artificial organs at in that lab, because they see everything at the same time. Just trying to speed up to describe. I see that there are hearts, livers, kidneys, all kinds of stuff in containers, and there's like it's like a big tube where they usually grow hybrids or clones. There's a human being in there, and he's just silently screaming, almost like telepathically, "Help me out, help me, take me out." I think they're doing experiments on him. They're replacing like his organs. I can see his lungs being replaced. And when they take the lungs out, they do some, they take some samples and stuff. They have to put some specific information to the printout machine. I feel they also have use the information they used to do have a different technology to grow. Just take sample of a cell and grow it in a lab, but it takes too much time, and now they print it out on 3D printer. And I see a little boy, like a 5-year-old or 6, and they take you, that very dinosaur Draco takes you by hand and brings you to that lab. If you go through it, it's kind of like a factory slash lab facility, not on Earth. Orion belt, the one in the middle, that star in the middle, in between like 1 to 3, the middle one. That's where he brings you there. And he's talking to you. When you were little, you would play. You were playing with a stick, and he came up to you outside and asked you if you want to be uh, first a drummer boy or a warrior to fight the bad monsters. And you said, yeah, it would be nice to release all the good guys and fight with monsters. And you start telling him that monsters come to me at night and they're under my bed and around me. I see them and nobody believes me. And he said, well, I see them too. And I actually see grays come to you when you were little all the time. And one of them was taller, like in charge, and taking measurements on his glass iPad. And the other ones were, it's like they would insert something in you. Looks almost like an old-fashioned thermometer glass, like a tube, and would check on things. And they would take it out. It's like a thin stick of some sort of crystal. They would draw in information and keep it inside, and they would like get it off of it into their system, into their iPad. Just the weirdest thing. He just connects it together without plugging it in. Just touch thing. So, but yeah, basically it's like some sort of project. Trying to see what project it is, because I see that they took you to the Hammerhead facility also, and that's where, they do a lot of like terrible experiments on different star races, or however they get humans too, but mostly I see the different kind of aliens, different bodies. But it's some sort of cyber creation project that I'm just searching through like the name, and it doesn't come yet. But then I see this is your life number 30, like you got 29 lives before, and only 6 of them, well, 5, this is number 6, that you have to do anything with them, because let's go back to when it all started. I see you on a planet The energy of this planet is a wave-like. Um, it's like a green planet with lots of greenery, and instead of grass, you have leaves covered with leaves, little ones, almost like grapevines. They have beautiful, transparent, yellowish buildings. They're round, but they're cone-like, goes into the sky. The pillars of light, you said, they they take the energy from the essence of the planet connected with the energy of the sun. You said one of the suns. You have a purple and the pink suns. And when the energy connects, it causes very powerful energy ball that can be used as um, the way I explain is free energy. Uh, and you can connect it to a lot of spaceships at the same time to power them up. And those are specific spaceships that you make. They run on solar energy. And that solar energy, you can transform it into liquid form or gas form. You usually use like liquid form because it goes in some tubing system at the bottom of the ships. The ships are round, flat. They're transparent on top, but they're kind of golden color at the bottom. And they usually up to 10 levels on the ship. So they're pretty big. There's small ones too, with only one level or two. But there's some mostly for single use. You're very tall, kind of like pear-shaped head, with big forehead. You actually do have hair. It's more like tubes, like straws that carry energy. I literally see like energy coming out of it. And it's kind of like a purplish energy. So you have a blue heart and the purple energy around. I only see the blue heart. There's no other organs or anything when I touch you. And you're semi-transparent. It's like it's a very beginning when they got you is basically fourth to fifth dimension type planet. So it's kind of like semi-physical type, how I see it. And you have some devices on the back, all of you. It's just like long, like a flat stick. It's vertical, and then attached to it like there's like some panel. Oh, wait, I think it's for the energy too. Let me see. Yeah, because you walk into the pillars of light and you absorb energy through the panel. And you connect it. It's like a photosynthesis, something like this. Because when it connects to your own energy source, which is your soul, it transforms it from this yellow golden into this purple. And you say purple is healing, like you're healers of the universe. You like to heal. And whenever you are, you heal all around you energetically. But you have to have a certain space. You say there's certain space limit. and number limit, because if it's flowing in your direction, like let's say negative energy that you have to cleanse as a filter, that you get sick. You can get sick from it. It's too much, becomes overwhelmed. But you're very smart. You're like there, if you can compare it to Earth terms, you're physicists and mathematicians, and you know, I see your planet in seventh dimension. It's like energy, totally energetic bubbles that you fly inside. And then I see you in ninth dimension. You don't even need a spaceship anymore. You can just transform and you blend into the energies of space and you zoom through it like through water. You're actually saying that the space is like water, like you can you can blend in if there's danger. Um, because it's all sentient beings. You can just become one of them and not visible. Um, I see what's happening here. So there's a Stragos coming from Orion Belt on their spacecraft crafts, dark metallic ones, round. And they're coming to you saying that they need one of yours. Very kind of like upfront. We just need one of yours. We need to fix something of ours. If you refuse, we'll take by force. And I see them actually at the end. Like if I rewind it, they took one of yours by force. But they did return that humanoid. I mean, you don't have gender there, so I can't really say who's. I mean, I can tell possibly the more feminine, more male energy, but you're mostly neutral. So they returned. You know what they did? So they did make them do something like a motor operation of some sort of weaponry that they make one of your humanoids to do to help them with. But they also took his sample of his DNA and they created a clone. And it's the weirdest thing. I see it's like their spaceship and then a capsule attached to the spaceship. The capsule is absolutely transparent, and they put the cloned body of one of your species right into this capsule. And then they started flying around the planet, and you have some sort of radar system, maybe something like this, but you definitely notice that one of yours is there. And you look alike, so you can really detect by, looking at the face or whatever there. Oh, that's this one, but he's here. Mm, not like that. And so there's just like emergency happening here that they're trying to save. Oh, somebody got caught, and there's a spaceship, and we see one of ours. We have to save him. And you go dressed in this kind of golden suit with metallic stripes on the side, and the label is like round. There's a meteorite type thing, like a real meteorite with holes, with kind of looks like a rock with flames on the back. That's just a symbol of. Wait, there's a letter, it looks like letter M, but on the side behind that symbol on the label, and you say that, oh, it comes because it's like your planet is MOUE 31. It's just the way you call it. Maui? Mauans? You say we're Mauans. That's why the logo there. So you're actually you're going on this one person's ship. Let's say it's yours, works from your consciousness. You hop into it. The roof is formed right on top. It's like it opens. It's open, but when you jump in, your consciousness expands and makes a roof, and it's transparent. So you're flying up to it, and then when the beam of light captures you, it almost like goes like this. It's a straight line, and then it beams light like an umbrella. And then like umbrella that it twisted was the wind, and it creates some suction system of some sort. It sucked you in the spaceship. Um, so I see them. They operate with some strange species. So I see grays, typical grays, short grays. There's a taller gray. But then there's also that this one, he looks like he's got the body of a mantis. By the face, it's like black eye, but there's a acrobatic face. It's like long eyes, like this black, totally black, like stretched out rectangles with the lines like this on the end, and metallic skull, like totally metallic skull, like he runs on a program of some sort. I get that there's used like a remote control, like he's a drone. He's like a drone, remote control drone. Mm. Yeah, because I see he's connected to some lab, and at the lab there's a lot of mantis beings working, and they're collaborating with the Greys, and they basically why metal, because he's connected to their database of information, and they have specific, as I understand, there's specific protocols and things. But then there's one of the mantises still correcting it according to the specific situation. I get that this mantis are very smart. That's why Grace, um, the word comes that hired them for specific work that they cannot do, scientific stuff, studies and experiments. And so basically what they do, they put you on this flat surface. The room looks all bright white with lots of lights, looks like a surgical room. And they put a bright, they take your heart out, and they put this bright kind of light blue, like electrical blue, kind of like round ball as an implant there. And that is supposed to change the energy that you have in the body. And it does. It actually starts running in the opposite direction. So it was counterclockwise, and now it's clockwise. but supposed to be counterclockwise. And they just take you to Orion Lab. And that's where I see that factory and they prepare you. There's different stages of preparation. First of all, they take about 25% of your soul and put it into a container, and some ray of light slices it in a weird way, almost like slices. But it's inside the container. I wanna see how, and then they spread it into different, looks like centrifuges or something. And they do different experiments. Those are for different things. They add different gas substances. Looks like gas with a tube they attach. And they're different colors. But then the 75% that is left, they split in 3 other halves. And they send them all. Oh, nope. They don't send them all to Earth. They send 2 to Earth, and 1 they keep on the moon. They have this cubicle system, cubus system. They put each one in the cube. It's a transparent, it's a specific glass cube that acts like a holder of a soul, let's say. But they all connected to the big black cube with the black goo. They power it up. It's like they need the fire or the fuel for the container with the black goo, and they have to attach little cubes with souls, with parts of souls to it. From far away, it almost looks like an octopus kind of structure. So this one's on the Mars, this one's on Orion, and the other 2 sent to Earth. And I see them sent to the same life. As a little girl who's being abused by her parents. And it just like 2 timelines of the same exact life scenario. You can call it 2 different destinies of the same person, but it's like the same body in 2 different timelines. That's what I see. It's in Mexico. It's some village in Mexico. And I can't understand. It's like they stole you from the parents. Oh, they did. So there are 5 kids there, 4 girls and 1 boy, and they stole you because you were helping your parents at the open market. I see them selling like fruit. And you were supposed to go like literally 5 steps away to pick up like a bucket or something from somebody they know or you knew, their friends, but you got grabbed on the way. There's just like a person in a big hat and with a cape, and he grabs you and puts you in the cape and nobody sees you. Just so weird. He puts like something in your mouth so you can't talk or scream or whatever. That's how they. And then I see a horse and a cart, and it's 19th century. You know, your lives are kind of funny timelines. They almost are like all 30 almost like happening now. So 19th, 20th century, you didn't they didn't send you to anything before that. Like all the lives are in these 2 centuries. Um, so yeah, they do all kinds of stuff to you. You know, it's like a farm with lots of children. I didn't realize there's like 20 of you, and this particular family, well, it's not a family really, it's a husband and wife, but they're just crazy psychopaths. They are working for this dragon also who's with you, and they're connected to the Dracos and SSP, and they provide children for being tortured in the underground Mars mansions. And yeah, there's you they take you one by one, but first they train you, they groom you, as I say, for being obedient, for doing what they want you to do. You can show some of the tricks you can. Uh, the being that takes you to Mars is really weird looking being. I just noticed him right here. So he's like little greenish head with green spots, but spots are not like polka dots. No, it's like uneven kind of spots, and he's got the black little round eyes, kind of like a nose sticking out, but it's like a triangle with little nostrils there. No lips, just a slit instead of the mouth. And he has this like octopi tentacles instead of arms, and they go all the way around from his neck down, and he has legs. And he just like grabs one of the children. It's like he's a server. He's like one of the small grays, like a robotic type creature by semi-biological, who works for them. And the child is already in fear. And they take you to the room on Mars. There's a big round room, black and white kind of square tiles, red furniture with golden uh gold, those how do you call those things? On the sides hanging, dangling, I don't know the name for those, but there are 5 different very well-known figures sitting there, and that being brings the child, and then they start by being nice, but the child's already scared, so you like barely talk, and then they take turns doing some I want to describe this, some sexual type stuff. But first they talk to you like, oh, can you do tricks like this, telekinesis, and can you open a portal? Do you think you can like run on the wall and be like a Spider-Man, things like that, to get to you kind of. But you're already in a state of fear, so you would do whatever they tell you to do. And after, and then I see like your form after they're done, and I see you as 20 kids on this mansion, and you're watched. There are cameras all over, but you're also given like free time to roam around and see all the rooms. They have the big marble statues there all over the place, kind of like almost looks like a museum type environment with marble all over. And but then they take you back to that farm Mexico. Um, but then let me go back to your energy sphere. Let me check if yeah, it's like you're in this program with all kinds of there's other lives that you're in monarch program. So all kinds of things like that. But also they use you as sending to different timelines. You can tell this is the future timelines because it is in the future. That's when they created different events that they wanted to be created. They would influence this timeline. And they also put you in one of your 8 cloned bodies. And you're there from the jump rooms from different cities. Um, so there's what came to me is like Seattle, New York, Chicago, LA. They have specific buildings with those jump rooms, and you've been to them all from different lives. And then you say send you to the year. I'm looking at the year 2027 right now, and what came the word nuclear pollution from you, that they wanted to create that to eliminate, to reduce the population certain parts of the world because it doesn't affect Dragos or reptilians. This particular species I'm looking at, they're not sensitive to radiation or anything. They can just clear up the land for themselves that way. But they needed you to to actually put it into action. Some specific things, details, but you had some sort of protocol in your head that's like inserted as a software program. I see you like in the dark gray suit there, like one piece suit, almost um, woven fabric, but made out of metal. The best way to describe. Um, it's soft, it's flexible, but let's go back. So I'm in your energy sphere. Your energy sphere has different devices attached to the walls inside, and they are like, so there's some I see that are very they're biological, but they also mechanical. They're created in some lab. I think it's in that Orion lab also because they look like a circle, but it's stretched out like a novel circle, and it has like spikes, and it can torture you when you don't comply. It can cause any types of pain in any part of the body. I see you still have this implant in your heart, like the electric blue, and then some sort of stars forming a circle. You know, like little stars with 6 points, 6 point stars forming a circle, and it's rotating in your head. Each star has a programming, and you need some certain activators. The activators can come through either injections, which they've done to you in some lives, or some implanted device. They would shoot like this powerful wave of energy and activate switch. It's kind of like the energy in the body, in the 3D matrix body. It flows like in a clockwise. It's the opposite, basically. Here it's a clockwise, but then they switch it to the counterclockwise. But it's something. It's not only that. It's just that they have to have um, energetic stoppers or obstacles that you say that that's what they put in you. A lot of times they insert it. It's like a little metallic chip type thingy. It can be inserted in any part of the body. But it's not a physical body. It's not a physical. It's a etheric implant that can act as a stimulator of the So basically, those implants by themselves, they work at a certain speed. I'm trying to explain how it works. And then if you amplifier type thing, if you insert one of those devices, it would amplify the energy the wrong way. It would lower your vibration. It would stay down. It would activate the devices in your body because something there's some protective layers around your soul's essence that it would just kind of like deactivate the implants all the time because your civilization is very um not only the energy efficient but also technological, but that technology blends in a perfect manner with biology and with spiritual uh, evolution of species. And that's why they kind of need all these implants to keep you at this level of 3D because you can actually change your molecular structure and just disappear. You can do that if you are not kept down by the low vibration created by the implants. It's like it creates a field. It's like that, say that round ball in your heart, it creates a low electromagnetic field that in return creates a low vibrational kind of state of soul or a spirit type thing that and then the rotating circle of stars in the head also shoots like different all kinds of negative thoughts, but that the whole thing is just connected to the big like long kind of metal but golden metal rod in the spinal cord. It goes all over your spine, but that one is that's something related to the energy flow that they just they create blockages of energy. So you can't really move in your life. You're kind of stuck. You're stuck, and then all those low vibrational thoughts and emotions put you in like low self-esteem kind of situation, and because you can't do much about it. It's not that you have low self-esteem, but it's that the program that is running in your mental body created by those psychopathic freaks at the Mars base, those luxurious palaces and things they have, the billionaires of this world, and where they use children. That they have those grooming facilities all over the world, and they look like ranches. They look like ranches with a big fence around. So there's just like a private property, and they usually find some couple, usually without children, sometimes with, and they would be with interference already. Through that interference, they would kind of bribe them in a way. They would give them money, whatever they need, So they would participate in this project of torturing children, preparing them for being used different ways. Um, you're also very sensitive. They would use you. What just came up when I said very sensitive looking glass technology type thing, that you can. So they've been using you to see the future because you're connected to the future. They also used you to go to the future events, like I said before, to change some of them in their direction because they want to pull those timelines into the artificial realities they already created for the souls who are going to be captured and pulled in there through the different events. So as I see it, let's say, it's like trap system. One trap leads to another, domino effect. So if you follow their traps and you don't realize that one of them is a trap and don't wake up on at the right time, you'll be pulled into their major trap, which is their alternative artificial reality that they created. And for this reality, they do need cyborg bodies that they're creating on Orion. Actually, they moved the lab of cyborg from the moon to Orion. They keep moving stuff everywhere. Um, so you're asking them for your. Oh, there's a book of lives. It's a very thick book. It's got the red folder with the black. It's like a dragon figure profile of a dragon on it. But it's a serpent dragon with a long tail with wings. You open the book and you look. Some sort of snake came and brought it in. I think that snake is a contract keeper. So you freeze the snake. You froze that black T-Rex looking Draco too. And just going through this, I mean, there's just every life is like a protocol for life. And it's all there. They'll put it together for you. Basically to make you unhappy and suffer through different mental, and it's mostly mental suffering. It's like abusive relationships and things like that. What I feel from this book of lives, to keep you feel helpless in each life, as if you did not have a choice, and in victim kind of mode. A lot of them, because the abuse would start from the early age as a little child. And a lot of lives in Europe. I even see life in Costa Rica. And you just burn this book up. You create some fireplace made out of red bricks and burn it. Put it on the portal. Throw it out. You take the round thing made out of stars from your hand. Put it down on the table that you created. The bright electric blue ball it's like electric thing. It's just like a dense energy implant. So you took it out. It's connected to the rod on the back. You took the rod out too. And then you take out the rings of energetic rings that we call chakras or whatever. They're blockages, basically, put artificially as implants. Also, they they pull on the energy of each energy center in our energy body, and that energy is kept in, let's say, in a perfect tubing system, which just goes like rings, and they, any entities that come to you have access to it. They can siphon energy from you. So you got them all out, and you're just throwing them all into the portal. So 144 strands of DNA, purplish pinkish kind of color, violet. You're just cleansing them just by your thought, but just by wanting it to be cleansed. I see there are just little particles of whatever pollution they're getting, them melting. Also, this is done. Mental body has lots of those transparent cubes with programs. Emotional body, and it's like connected energetically with different energetic kind of, it's like energy wires almost to mental body. A mental body has dots. It's like little dots of negativity of negative emotions compressed into dots. So you're just taking them all out. You're pulling them all out. It's actually easy to pull. And you just do this with your hand. And they all stuck on your hand, and you throw them in the portal. Then you go to the moon. Take the cube, belongs to you as your 25% of your soul. You bring it, you take it up to this bright room where your whole soul is, your whole big energy is. And you say you take it for transformation, for cleansing process there. Because you cannot completely clean it down here. So you just bring it to your own self. I can call it a higher self so people understand. But I just see you like a huge, transparent, beautiful energy. It was this blue kind of light around. And you're in front of this big computer screen. It's a huge, it's like at the big theater. That's how big it is. And you're looking at multiple lives that you have in different universes. So you take it, and you just cleanse it with your hands and with your eyes, like looking at it, and put it inside your energy body of that big energy. It becomes you again. And say you send the information to the other you, just incarnated in different life right now. It's some sort of like soldier in, I can't understand, is it Afghanistan or something like that. And that's during the Afghan war. Soldier there. You might have flashbacks, or you know what? I'm telling you, you can change the timeline so you never go to war in this life, because I feel like it might, you might have different nightmares from that life. because there's shootings and deaths and all this. You change the timeline here, give the information so it can liberate itself too. And then so there's another part on Orion, sliced. You make it whole. You take it also to up to your higher self for cleansing. You do it differently because normally you say to guarantee success. So yeah, you do the double work because usually it takes only change the timeline, so as if you never gotten into the lab, but you also do that. You went all the way back, so you decided not to go because you understood that there was just a clone used to lure you in to the trap, so you never really took off your planet. You also disconnected from your 8 clones that they used for different missions in the future, SSP. It's a crystalline or crystal sky project. What is this? I got this name in my head, and I see you in this interesting sky blue outfit that you fly into the sky, like you literally fly. You just open up your arms like a bird and you fly and you blend in with the sky. You cannot see you. You're like in invisible mode. You can do 2 things for them that they used you for. You can move the it's almost like the air. You can move parts of the air here and there to help them create different catastrophic events related to air or hurricanes and things like that. That's what they used you for. And then Crystal Sky Project, and also some other stuff. You say that you organize satellites, you can move them back and forth. You see the how many people are connected through the metallic strings to the consciousness grid, and that's how they get all those ideas in their heads about everything happening around. Even if they don't believe in it, they would still get it. So you kind of like they've been using you around the underneath the dome. You say that some powerful souls make huge holes in the dome, so they use you to patch them up. And I'm asking you, so it's easy to escape, right? And you said, yeah, it's very easy. They want you to think it's hard, but it's easy. You just focus inside yourself, inside your powerful light, inside your essence. Your essence like a ball of fire. You zoom through the dome, you burn up a hole. There's lots of holes burned right now and a lot of souls are escaping who are aware, you have to become aware in life to be able to escape, you said. Because you carry the knowledge in your energy body, you experience everything. So you're free no matter what. And you give information to everybody to your planet, everything, it just happens automatically, actually, because you're all connected with your consciousness to everybody you've ever dealt with, everything you touched with your consciousness. You also, I forgot to tell you, there's one of your lives, it's number 19. You're this powerful healer in Egypt. Um, it's kind of like a border of in Egypt. And then what came to me also Mesopotamia. But Mesopotamia happening now. Um, how to explain the time? The time is like a bubble. It's rotating inside in multiple spheres. The spheres all blended and it's emerged. Time is a merged bubble, so the numbers don't really matter. And Mesopotamia was back there, and it's here too. And it's also in fifth dimension where you also exist. And you heal people there, and you heal in domes. But you know how to activate the energy through your heart and hands to pull it on onto a person that needs healing after traumatic events in this life. I see people you're healing. The people you're healing, you're actually healing like in the future. In the future, and it's like Mesopotamia. You know, it's just that kind of region of the earth that lifted up into 5D. And the whole thing is just really hard to explain for human brain to even understand, but because I see Lemuria, I see Atlantis there too. They all exist. And they're all connected through a portal system, like a tunnel system, let's say. You can go to any world you want. And that's how pretty much analogy of, that's what your subconscious says, the traveling in the future will be. It'll be a tunnel system or teleportation system. Very easy. Um, so you'll clean. Everything's cleansed. You pushed all those frozen, the Draco and the other guy, serpent, out of your energy sphere through the portal, closed it. You removed also all the devices inside your energy sphere, took them all out, raised your vibration, and yeah, you've been to some different, I know that names pop up in my head like blue sky, like I said crystal sky, and then there's blue sky project. There's different projects related to the sky name. Interesting. Yeah, you can ask any questions. I see you cleaning your energy sphere.
So asking questions?
Yeah, you can ask questions, yeah.
So I feel really strongly connected to the Pixie Fey realms. I was just wondering, like, how am I connected with that?
It's one of your lives, but not here. The other planet in this uniform, in this universe. But this is eighth dimension, and you're totally energetic being, very thin, kind of transparent. And then because you're transparent, I see these huge flowers. They look like huge tulips of different colors. The whole planet is multicolored, like rainbow energy planet. and it emits all kinds of colors, and they all go. The emissions of those waves go to in different directions wherever they need it. Some are for healing, some are for a spiritual evolution or progress and consciousness growth or informational field, um, things like that. But you're these beings. You don't have. I don't see you having wings, but you propel yourself with the energy around you. You look like human beings in these thin bodies. I don't see any clothes, but I just see energy bodies. No gender in this one. And there's huge tulips all over the place. It's almost like the whole surface of the planet is covered with them. There's the one big red one in the middle of the planet. You say it's a huge portal to different universes that you can go to. And there are different ones to you said that there's some of them you have to avoid, some of them are safe to go, and you exchange experience, and you like creating new beings and transporting them and showing them. You're laughing, you're saying it's like show and tell. We all create something new and we go, to different meetings and thinking of how we can co-create like a satellite or a dwarf planet connected to our original ones to raise, to seed those beings that we just created on in those planets to see how they grow. Yeah, you just like to create, play with energies there.
Wow.
Yeah.
Pretty much answered all of my questions throughout the session, honestly.
Mm. Yeah. Well, if you don't have any questions, I'll just disconnect.
Yeah, that sounds great. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. So let me just close the recording, stop the recording.